What's up, guys?
Ryan here.
This is my Ancient Evil review. I would like to start off with saying this is my review and my opinion only. This is by far my favorite Black Ops 4 map this season so far, and I really like this map. This is my first video, so please like and subscribe, it would mean a lot. Let's start off. This is definitely my favorite map on Black Ops 4, and maybe even Call of Duty. That's a stretch. I know there's a lot of really good maps, but I really love this map. Let's start off with the map design. The map looks stunning. The feel of being underground doesn't ruin the experience and aesthetic of the map. With a colorful and bright palette, the map is just perfect. The map design is brilliant. There are many good training spots. To name a few, there's the Amphitheater, Temple of Apollo, Marketplace, and the Offering to the Adelids, Center of the World, and Pack-a-Punch, and more. The artifact isn't a place that takes less than a round to get to, like Dead of the Night. The split on Dead of the Night, how you split the team, didn't make any sense because you can just get the artifact in one round. This map does a great job implementing that. You do a nice ritual or lockdown, and you get to charge up your specialist. Spawn room is useful. Unlike maps like Dead of the Night, which you have no reason to go back to spawn. Ancient Evil, you have the Oracle and the challenges, so you have perfect reason to go back to the spawn and activate tributes, which is another great thing. Tributes rewards are very good. You can get things like new guns, the Pegasus Strike, points, power-ups, max ammos, guns in general is very, very good. In order to activate the tributes and access the Eternal Flame, you have to go to the spawn, which is also a good training spot. Out of spawn, when you spawn in, you have two different ways to go. Both of these ways are just as equally good. The first way, leading to the Offering of the Adelids and the bridge, gives you access to the bridge / the first shield part, the Mog Wallby, and the Danu perk, once you open the door to the Offering of the Adelids. The other side, you get access to the shield and the Chimera Shrine. That's the side I usually go, because then you can get access to the bridge and still get that part, but there's an extra door, I believe. Or not, I might be wrong. There might not be an extra door. But you still get to the same place in the same amount of runs. The underworld is super cool. They're first required to get the golden bridle or the saddle to kill a Giganese, which drops a part of the shield. The Giganese is an alright boss, and I will talk about him later. I really like this because it lowers the amount of part locations people have to look for the shield, which I'll also talk about later. The cutscene of Pegasus is cool, but there should be a way to skip it, which I think now there is. I think they just implemented a way to skip it. The underworld is super cool as well. It's not too big, it's not too small. You can get around fairly well. It's a circle. I have a feel of the Frozen Dawn from World War II. It has lower levels to it. The center of the world is lower. The two access ways when you spawn in. You have two access ways. You can go left side, which brings you to the cliff ruins, and you get access to the forge and the building station, and then the first bird, which spawns in skeletons when you go by it. The other way, you can go by it, and it has the second bird, which you have to shoot down, and it spawns in another Giganese, which is fairly annoying. And then you get the Charon Shrine, which is, in my opinion, the best one rubbing on this map, which I'll also talk about in a little bit. So yeah, that's the map design. Now we are on the buildables section of this video. Let's start off with the shield. The shield is very cool. It's strong, even though people say it's weak, it's strong. The shield quest is perfect. There's a limited amount of shield parts. There's 6 total locations for the shield parts, not including the Golden Bridle 2 locations, which are right next to each other, so I guess 8 locations, which makes it super easy. Dead of the Night had, I believe, 9 locations for shield parts, and they were not that hard to find, but they were kind of scattered, and there's a lot of parts in that map. First part is located on the bridge near spawn, like I said before, and it all spawns in that one area in the bridge, so you can just go down to the bridge and just look around, hold X, it's not that hard. The second part spawns in the Stoa of Athenians and the Chaosless Treasuries. Either way, this part is a little more spread out, but again, it's not that hard to find. And then the last part spawns when you kill a Giganese, which is a very cool mechanic. They had that mechanic on Blood of the Dead. With the key, it makes instead of having 3 different extra spawn locations for that one part to memorize, you just need to know 2 of the golden battle locations, which are right next to each other. Not hard at all. Super, super easy. The shield is super cool itself. The design is outstanding. It looks stunning. It fits the theme with the Greek theme of the map. It looks super cool. It's super satisfying to use. Throwing a spear is super cool. Like the IX one was alright. You have a gun and it shoots out fire. It looked cool, but throwing a spear with blue fire on the edge, or a blue glow on the edge basically, is super cool. That just adds to the contrast and the design of the shield. Now let's talk about the Pegasus Strike, which is in hell. The Pegasus Strike is a sweet comeback to the Dragon Strike. I think the Pegasus Strike is generally better than the Dragon Strike because it lasts longer and kills more zombies, but takes a little bit more time to charge up, but that's fine. The parts are all in the underworld again. They are fairly easy to find because one's in spawn, one's on one side, and one's on the other side, the cliff ruins and the snake area. Sometimes in the higher rounds, the monkeys could be better because you have 2 and they still kill a lot of zombies. And that's the one con with the Pegasus Strike, so it's also not a good option for the Easter egg boss fight because you can't use it in the boss fight because obviously the Pegasus turns into like a corrupted Pegasus, which we'll talk about in a little bit. The one thing this map changed from Dead of the Night, and I love Dead of the Night, but it's not cluttered with part locations, and I said this already, but it's just so easy to get started to find the parts. And yeah, now we'll talk about Pack-a-Punch. The Pack-a-Punch quest is super easy and fun. It's not tedious. You go around to both the eagle cages. You have to shoot the first one down, and then you get a Giganese, kill those. The other side, you gotta kill the skeletons, and then you have to shoot or hit the door with your special. Guys, my camera decided it was time to die. That's wonderful. I was talking about Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch is quite simple. I already said how you gotta shoot the doors. After you shoot both the doors with a specialist, and if you have the Scepter of Ra or the Chakrams, you can throw the Chakram, or you can shoot with the Scepter and get it done with one. The hammer and... well, you can do it with the Viper too. The Viper, you can do it with that with the gun. With the hammer, I don't think you'll be able to do it with one specialist, but if you master it, you can definitely get both doors opened with one specialist. After that, you gotta go to the center of the world and then do a little bit of a kind of like what you did with the amphitheater. It's another survival or trial or whatever, and you're locked in the center of the world, and the eagles start destroying the Pack-a-Punch crystals, which is so cool. It's such an amazing cinematic. Really enjoyable, really easy. A ton of skeletons, but as long as you know how to kill skeletons, shoot them in the head, it's perfectly fine. Also, I want to touch on the boss zombies real quick. The skeletons are super balanced. Dead of the Night's vampires were super annoying. I know everyone that played that map knows how annoying the vampires were because you couldn't heal, and a lot of them spawned in like way too many. The skeletons are good. They do 50 damage most of the time. So it's not super overpowered. They're just kind of fast, kind of slow at the same time. They're harder to kill. Alright, so now we are going to talk about the wonder weapons. These are the gauntlets or the fists. They're super cool, and overall, in my opinion, the best elemental wonder weapons we have received yet. The wonder weapons quest is one of my favorite parts about them. They're super easy and don't require a ton of steps to complete. On maps like Origins and Drak, you have to do a lot. You have to fill the dog heads under Drak, or the dragon head, sorry. And that's not hard, it's just annoying. I know you have to do the same thing on Mob of the Dead and Blood of the Dead, but it's not as required as it is in Drak. Also, for Drak, you have to do the steps like the lightning bolt. You gotta shoot all the beacons, I guess you could say, and then you have to fill up soul boxes, shoot them with the lightning beacons. But before you do that, you gotta run around, wait for gravity, run around in a circle, and then do a ritual. It's just really long. With the new elemental wonder weapons, you have to go into a shrine. There's 2 shrines, which is Chimera and Gaia, in the spawn area, and there's 2 shrines, which is the Karen and the Wind one. I'm forgetting its name, which is super cool. They are super good. There are super, like the Wind one is like a thunder gun, so that's similar. That's the only one that's really similar to the other ones. The Hell Gauntlet is kind of like the lightning bow with an ice staff, but not really. You shoot down like a pool of blood, and all the zombies that walk into it die, so that's definitely, in my opinion, the best one. Gaia shoots out like these rock things, and every zombie around it blows up, and Chimera shoots out a beam of light from the sky, like a sunbeam, and that kills all the nearby zombies. In my opinion, that's the worst one. My two favorites are Charon and Gaia, just because it's for the wind one and the Chimera one, you have to point, like you have to be really specific, and you have to be careful with ammo. You use 3 shots with Gaia and Charon every time. If you just hold down the light one and the wind one, ammo runs out really fast. One thing that this map kind of took from Frozen Dawn again is the Frozen Dawn's wonder weapons. You had the melee weapons, and when you finished the trials, you would go to a trial room and you just get to practice with it. Like the hammer, you could go to a room and smash the zombies and throw the hammer. The scythe, it's just all just a ritual room. The thing I liked about this map the best is that they're all different ritual rooms. On the Frozen Dawn, they were all the same room, which is the same room as the Pack-a-Punch, so it's a little boring. So that's the first upgrade. Each one has the first upgrade, which basically brings you to its upgraded ability. There's a second upgrade you can do, which gives it more ammo and a little bit more effectivity, but the thing I like is that's not completely required. I haven't done it yet personally, so I just do the regular upgrade, and I get max ammo pretty frequently, so it's not required. And that's what I like about it. The quest is just, the thing I love is the quest is not hard at all. You can get all 4 wonder weapons and mess with them the whole game. On the Horizon Drag, it could take you, if you're good, you can take like 4 rounds to get the lightning bolt, but if you're in Gobble Gums, you could also say the staff would be a wonder weapon, but we already talked about the equipment. So yeah, and if you're looking for recommendations for the wonder weapons, definitely use Charon. Or try them all out, but try Charon definitely. Now we are going to move on to the Easter egg of this map. This is going to be one of the longest or longer segments of this video because it took me a decent amount of time to get this Easter egg done. It took me actually 3 attempts to actually beat it, which is just because we were messing around and a lot of the time we had connectivity problems, but that wasn't blue screen or anything, that was just Wi-Fi, which is good. I like how BO4 has fixed that problem. This Easter egg is made really fun. It's the most fun in BO4 I've had with an Easter egg. I'd say Horizon Drag was really fun too. I'd say this one's better than Horizon Drag. The best thing about this Easter egg, in my opinion, is there's not a ton of puzzles. I guess you say that one of the puzzles would be the door step where you have to shoot the symbols, or the sundial step where you have to move around a symbol and stop it, but that's not really a puzzle. But I've had a lot of fun with this Easter egg, mainly because I could do it solo so easily, really quick. The most annoying part of the egg definitely would be lighting the Eternal Flame, which requires every player, if you're solo, just you, to get Epic and the Legendary. Oh, and for the door step of the Easter egg, I'm going to put in a quick guide to that door step. It's a picture and it shows you which symbols to shoot in each order. I'll put that on right now. So the first step is to get that Eternal Flame lit, and that takes the longest, and it's honestly the most annoying, just because you have to pass rounds. Then after that, you have to hit 3 oil spills with your spear from your shield. The next step is the sundial and scepter step. I have heard a lot on Twitter that that's the hardest step. I don't know about, I know that the sundial step is not that hard. It seems harder than it actually is. Scepter step, it might be really hard on solo. I haven't tried. With the Karen hand, it's super easy probably. I know in duos that step wasn't a problem at all. Just the Blight Father was a little annoying, but we again use the Karen gauntlet and that destroys. After you do that, you have the hit your marks. This music is what music plays during the hit your marks step. This music is phenomenal. It's just make it so good, and you have to kill zombies they can be in the crowd, or they can be coming at you just with your gauntlet. If they're coming at you, you use a charged. If they're in the crowd, you use a regular shot, and it's just a nice break from the huge horde of zombies. It can be really nice, and you don't even have to worry about ammo, because your ammo replenishes for you. Like the Oracle, I believe, gives you ammo, or not. You just get ammo for doing the step, and it's super fun. We've messed it up on the first attempt like 7 times. That's just because we were learning how to do it, and it was still fun. When we figured it out, we're like, oh yes, let's go. When we got the hang of it, it's super fun. Then you got the doorstep. The next step is you have to use a Pegasus strike, lift up a crossbow, light the crossbow with a poison spear, and then you go to the boss fight. This boss fight was one of my favorites. This is the boss fight section of this video. The boss fight is super fun. The first and longest part of the boss fight is you have to fight the Pegasus, which is similar to Gorod Krovi, where you have to fight the dragon. On Gorod Krovi, the dragon helped you get the Pack-a-Punch and gave you the Dragon Strike, just like the Pegasus gives you the Pegasus Strike, and I guess brings you to Pack-a-Punch. At the Easter egg cutscene, Pegasus turns into Dark Pegasus, and you get to fight him, and when he gets down, you use your specialist to damage him. I know the chakrams were really good. We used Scepter because we were in duos, and on revives, it's super useful. Super cool Easter egg cutscene. It leaves us on a really good cliffhanger for Chaos. I think this will revitalize Chaos for us, but overall, this is my map review. I love this map. This map is definitely my favorite in Black Ops 4, and I have really high hopes for the next coming maps for Black Ops 4, and if they keep this up, Black Ops 4 might even be the best zombies experience we've gotten. Season 2 might come out, and that might have some really cool maps, hopefully. It's not just Chronicles with Season 2. I hope that there's new maps and a separate Chronicles, because that would just be really cool. That would be amazing. I hope for the remasters are made well. But this map is really good. I really had a great time joining it. Great time playing it. If you're on Xbox, my gamer tag is PinXbox Live. That'll be on the screen right now. And just go on ahead and send me a message or leave a comment, and I'm willing to play with you, do Easter eggs or whatever. Thank you guys. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed. I worked really hard on this. As you can see, hold on, I wrote a 2-page script. I didn't end up using it a lot of the time because I have like my camera right here. It's a Canon camera on a tripod, and then I'm looking at my script, so I'm looking there. But I spent a lot of time on this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my first video, so it might not be the best quality, but I put a lot of work into this, so thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Have a nice day, guys.
Alistair!
Even though you do not yet know what you are, Scarlet.
No, it can't be.
There is still so much that you can teach me. The world